Welcome back to the Avenue, and I'm so glad that you're here today. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you for coming back. If you're new to the channel, thank you for stopping in and spending a little time with me on today. As you can see by the title, I've released a couple of videos about retirement, and I've been looking on social media a little bit, and there are quite a few folks out there that are age 50 and they have not saved any money or not enough to retire, but they want to retire at 65. So we're going to get down to it and talk to you about exactly what you need to do. Now, only if you're serious about making the change do you need to stay on and watch the video. If it's something that you say, oh, let things just happen as they happen, you can turn off the video now. But I'm willing to help those and give suggestions and tips to those who are serious about trying to make a change, knowing that now that they haven't saved enough to actually retire by 65. And so they want to do something different, that they want to make a change and they're serious about it. I'm here to help you. So stay tuned. We'll jump right into it. Because I talk about real money, real life, and building real wealth, I'm going to jump right into it and give you moves that actually work. Now, I don't want you to worry about fear. Get rid of the fear. We're going to do some math on this, because the first thing you want to do is do some math on what you're facing right now, because it's a math problem. It's exactly what it is. It's a math problem. You're 50 years old, may not have a lot saved or not enough saved, and so you want to retire by 65, 67, and it is a math problem. Let's say that right now you're making $50,000 a year. Well, when you retire, you're probably, and you're doing fine with it right now. When you retire, more than likely, you're not going to need $50,000, but let's say you cut it down to $48,000 that you'll need a year. And when you do start getting Social Security, you may get, let's say, just for simplicity's sake, $24,000 a year. So there is a $24,000 gap. Let's look at the numbers. With that $24,000 gap each year, that means if you put it out for the next 25 years, that means you'll need to make at least $600,000 have saved up by the time you retire at age 65 in order to live the extra 25 years beyond that age with your Social Security coming in. 24,000 from that a year, 24,000 a year, and that will give you the 48,000 a year that you will need in order to continue and survive. And so this right here is about $4,000 a month. Now, when we talk about $4,000 a month, this is like a baseline kind of reality check, getting you in line with what you're going to need. So there is a gap there about what you're going to take out as far as Social Security is concerned. And we know at this point, Social Security pretty much starts at 67. So there is even a little more of a gap if you don't work to age 67. If you want to retire at 65, there's going to be 2 years in there that there's going to be some money needing to come in at $4,000 a month rate in order for you to continue with your lifestyle of living. Also in retirement, you guys, you spend most of the money upfront retirement, in like once you retire, you do all your traveling or most of your traveling, doing the things you want to do, you know, being free and that type of thing. And then when you get older, you know, maybe into your 80s, you're probably going to slow down traveling so much, stay at home, kind of relax, do things, and may not use as much money. The bulk of the money will probably be going toward medical needs and health needs and that type of thing at that point in time. So just keep that in mind. But when whatever you're making now, it will expect for that to be cut back, because there's certain things, you know, you can save on gas because you're not driving back and forth. If you drive back and forth now, clothing, and it's just certain things that you can do. You can make lunch at home and that type of thing. So there's going to be some savings when you step outside of that job, but then you're going to shift what you spend your money on to different things. So we want to make sure we have that covered. The good thing is, if you are 50 and you're retiring at 65 or 67, you have 15 years, okay? And for the people that are 24, 23, 25, 26 years old, Just think, if you start contributing now, how quickly you will get to that $600,000, $800,000, $1 million before you even hit 50, maybe before you even hit 45. That's why it's important to go ahead and start contributing, or make some type of strategic plan to start contributing toward your retirement, even though you're young. I know you're young, you don't want to think about retirement. That's years and years away, but it will be here before you know it. And just a little chipping off a little at a time, time is on your side when you do it the right way. You won't be in the position of the 50-year-olds now that maybe need to do some catch up. So it is a math problem, and that's what we're going to start with first, as I've shown you the math figures. Now, the next thing that we want to tackle is if you work for a company that offers a 401k or a Roth 401k, you can start contributing more at age 50 toward that fund. So if you've been contributing a little toward the fund, you can do some catch up when you hit age 50 years old. So it gives you some more flexibility to catch up with what maybe you didn't do earlier. So this is a good thing because you can contribute more money. And like I said, the earlier you start, if you start at age 50, you have 15 years for that money to grow for you. If you start at age 60, you have, 3 to 5 years, 7 years, depending on how long you want to continue to work, for that money to start growing for you, but you'll be putting a larger amount in there. Okay. And for the IRA, you actually can contribute $1,000 more when you get to age 50. So these are funds that you can actually beef up yourself to help yourself going towards retirement. Okay. So look at what you have going out and see where you can put more money toward your retirement funds that will help you get to where you need to go as far as when it's time to retire. Speaking of the 401k, I just forgot to mention that sometimes you have companies that will contribute. If you give a certain amount, they will give a certain amount. Like say, if you give $500 toward the 401k, they'll match your $500, or it may be a certain percentage. They'll match you up to 4%, 3% toward whatever you give in your 401k. So that's a good thing to have in mind too, because that's pretty much free money. If I give $1,000, they give $1,000. Guess what? I have $2,000, but I only had to give $1,000 toward whatever fund, retirement fund. Now, this is your money. You cannot touch it right now, but it's still your money. So it's not like you're giving it away. You're putting it away for your future. And I can guarantee you, your future self will thank your previous self for doing the things that you did to make life better in retirement. The next thing you want to do, this is so important. These are pretty much the top 3 most important things you want to do to try to make up that difference so that you can retire at age 65. You want to slash debt like it's stealing from you, because it is stealing from you. It is actually taking your money from you and giving it to somewhere else. Okay. So whatever debt you have, once you get to retirement, you guys, that is a part of the calculation. If you don't need to have a car payment, if you don't have a house payment, if you don't have these high interest rate credit card payments, that's money that won't be going out of your household to those items. You can spend it on something else, or you may not need as much every month just to live your life in freedom like you would like to do when you retire. So keep that in mind, but you need to get rid of the debt as soon as possible because it's stealing from you. And whatever it takes to do to get rid of the debt, that's what you need to do. I would not necessarily say at this age of 50, I would not sacrifice putting what I could into retirement, but I would also be focusing on debt. It may be half and half. If I have an extra $200 a month, $300 a month, I would be putting as much as I could, $150 toward the debt, but I would be putting $150 toward the retirement, because you don't want to miss out on that money making money for you. Focus on the debt and focus on retirement, because that's kind of the position that you've gotten yourself into at this point in time. So get the debt paid off, especially those high interest rates. You got to pay those off. It's just, when you're paying 20, 25, 27% on these credit cards, it is eating you alive, you all. Face the music is eating you alive. So pay that stuff down. Start paying, in cash. Start using a debit card, because clearly if you're not paying your credit cards off every month, you don't know how to use a credit card to your advantage yet. Okay. So do what you can as far as getting those debts under control. That should be your main focus. Cut the going out to eat, cut some of this stuff for a while. It doesn't mean you have to cut it forever, but cut it to get you into a better position, because time is not on your side now. You need to use every single moment to get your retirement together, to get some savings together so you can retire at age 65 or age 67. Okay, at age 45, 50, you're still young. You still have energy. If you're still in good health, you may want to decide on some type of side hustle, some type of side job to help you get the debt paid off, to help you with saving more money. Even if you're saving in your 401k, I wouldn't let that be the only savings that I'm doing. I would have some other money stashed aside somewhere, just as another little fund, just in case I needed a little fund, or my freedom fund once I get out and, stop working, retire. If I want to go on a trip, I'll have a fund sitting there with $10,000, $15,000. So if I want to take a $3,000 trip, it won't come out of my budget. It will come out of that fund right there. So if you can get a side hustle going and get some more money stacked up toward paying off those bills, pay off the car. If you have a car note that's if you have a car note, 60, if you have a car note that's $600, $700 a month, that's a huge amount. If you can do something on the side that will get you an extra $500, $1,000 coming in each month, these are some jobs that you can find, some little side jobs that you can find and do that will help you get these bills paid off and help you saving more toward your retirement, because you do want to be free when you retire. But you need to do the things, since you waited till 50, and this is not beating up on you. This is giving you straight to you, and so that it can help you do the things that you want to do. If you're serious, like I said, if you're not serious about it, you can stop watching it now. But if you're serious about it, these are some things that can actually help you, that work, and that will get you to the point where you need to be, so that you can say bye-bye to that job. Okay, I can guarantee you're not too far behind in your savings, that you can hit that like button and that subscribe button so that you can stay up to date on the latest information as I'm bringing it to you. Retirement is such an important topic. And sometimes we wait until we're in our 40s or 50s until we start thinking about it. But the earlier you start thinking about it, the better off you will be and the more enjoyable it would be. I'm here to help you do just that. Another little strategy I will give you to invest like you're behind, because you are behind. That's the honest truth. But go out there and do some research on some low-cost funds, some index funds that will make your money make money. When the stock market was down, you guys, I bought more index funds. I bought more other stock out there. And once the stock market went back up, I made money on those. And I will continue to put money into the stock market, because it is a means of making money. And when you're behind, this is a legitimate thing that you can do. You don't have to go out and steal. You don't have to go out and do anybody wrong, and it's not a get rich quick scheme or anything like that. It's putting your money in the right places and letting your money work for you. And that's what you need to do. But you need to do your research. Often I'm asked, Adrian, just give us a tip on some of the things that you're investing into. And I'm reluctant to do that, because I don't want someone to try to mimic what I'm doing and then perhaps lose money behind it or something like that. And then I get the blame, right? So I don't want to do that. But continue to follow me, continue to stay up with me, because I do mention things every now and then that will give you a tip as to, oh, she's probably investing in this, investing in that. But index funds, I do invest in index funds. And so that is, and I will give you this tip. I do like the 500 of the largest companies out there. So there are index funds that I invest in that hold 500 of the largest companies out there. Okay, so do your research on that, and you can pick up on one of the funds that I'm actually invested in. I'll do you one better. With this caveat, if someone puts the name of the fund if you guess the name of the fund that I'm talking about, I will say yes in the comments. So make a comment, what fund of the largest 500 companies out there you feel like I'm invested in, and I will say yes. However, I'm going to let you know that this is not investment advice, and I'm not giving you investment advice. This is for entertainment purposes only, but I will say yes if that's the fund that I'm invested in. Make a comment. Okay, next up, if you really plan on retiring at 65, which you absolutely can if you follow some of these strategies that we're talking about. If you plan on retiring at 65, you may want to leave that job that you're at, however, take on a part-time job. And you may want to do that for 2 years until you start drawing your Social Security, or for however long that you want to have the part-time job. It may be something that you enjoy, you like, 3 or 4 hours a day during the week, or maybe sometime on the weekend, something like that. If it's something that you really want to do, what you're interested in, you may want to do something like that. So don't rule out totally like not working after you retire if you want to actually work. It's up to you. If you have enough money and you don't want to work, and not everybody who's out there working once they retire has to work because of the money. They want to get out there. They want to meet people. They want to greet people. They want to be just in society, still contributing. And the money may not even make a difference to them. They just want to be out socializing and that type of thing. So it's nothing wrong with that. But if you choose to do some type of part-time work, great. That will help you make it through as far as making that gap over to the other side where you can be fully retired at some point in time. Now, don't leave after this. This is the last thing that I'm going to give you as far as a strategy, but I have 3 other things I want to tell you about websites that's going to help you with DIY as far as planning your retirement out, and they're very, very good. But your timing on your Social Security. As we know, at this point in time, Social Security is usually, you get your full Social Security at age 67. Okay, so if you retire at 65 and you can draw it after 62, however, it's going to be reduced. So you can draw it at 62, you can start at 65, or you can start at 67 and get your full benefit. You can go out there at the Social Security Department. I think it's SS. Well, I'm not sure what it is. Anyway, you can go out there at the Social Security website and actually pull down your information as far as what's the estimated amount that you would get at age 67, or whenever it is that you decide to retire and start drawing your Social Security. So you can do that. And of course, the longer you wait, the more that you will get in your Social Security, if you want to wait that long before you start actually drawing your Social Security. But that's your decision. And, so you decide on when you want to actually start drawing your Social Security. Now, there are 3 websites that I'm going to give you that will help you if you want to look a little further into this. And I would advise everyone out there, if you've come to this point in the video, go ahead, pull up these 3 websites and look at them, take a look at them. You can put some figures in. They will actually help calculate what your gap is, how much money you may need. You can put stuff in about Social Security. You can put stuff in about your 401k, and it can tell you at age 65 how much you will have and how much you would need each month with that amount. They're really, really good, and so I'm going to give them to you. Watch the screen next. The first one up is Smart Asset Retirement Calculator. Go out there and take a look at that on that website. It will calculate your retirement information for you. Bolden is another one, Boldin. It's a DIY retirement planning tool. They have a free version and then they have a paid version. The paid version, I think, is about $10 a month. It may be well worth it to at least buy it for a month or two, go out, figure out what you need to figure out, and you can let it go. And the last one is Projection Lab. Go out there. They have a free version of that. I think that version is actually free, but go out, take a look at all of these websites to see where they can help you figure out where you need to be with retirement. And these websites are golden. If you waited and stay with me to the end of this video, they're out there for you. As a matter of fact, I'll try to drop their links in the show notes down below, so you can just click on them and go straight to them and help yourself out and figure out things, some things for yourself. And of course, if you need a someone to help you fully with retirement, search out a professional to do that. As I tell you all the time, Empower is the company that I use, and that's the company that I really believe in. They've done a great job for me, still helping me with my retirement stuff. And so, but you can find someone, you don't have to use them, you can find someone for yourself and speak to them. But you can do a little homework yourself and help yourself out before going to that extent if you want to, okay? All right, so hopefully this has been very helpful to you. Go back through the video, pull out what you need. Hopefully you're serious about this. It's not a lost cause. Don't give up on yourself. There's hope. There's help on the way. Do the things we talked about and you will be just fine at age 65 or 67 when you decide that you want to step away from that job, okay? And with that, I will see you in the next video.